Jean, thanks so much for joining me to talk before the Vitality Netball Legends Series. The cup is named after you, so I was really keen to speak to you about your career in netball and your experiences in the sport. So yeah, firstly, I just thought it'd be nice to know, what do you think, what does it mean to you for it to be named after you, for the cup to be named after you?
It's a huge privilege, complete surprise, but really proud, and shocked that I'm being recognised. Really, so yeah, I'm really proud, really proud.
So you should be. So you should be. It was actually my boyfriend actually come up with the idea. We were watching your interview with Camilla together.
Okay.
And it was just really nice actually, because a lot of the things that you said kind of resonated with me. And my boyfriend was just like, you should tell him, name it after Jean. And it just means that the conversation will happen every year then
Yeah.
after that. So yeah, we listened to your interview, and that's like kind of what made us think of the idea, and obviously England Netball decided to run with it. But yeah, you are a huge part of Black history within this country, within netball in this country. And I just want to know more about your actual story and your actual playing career. So, what was one of your favourite memories of being in that red dress?
Well, before I go on to that, I think it's interesting that you said that my story resonated with you.
Yeah.
I read your profile, and we were cut from the same cloth, the same
Yeah.
experiences through school, being sporty, being athletes, wanting
Yeah.
to be an Olympian, but not having the opportunity because we weren't in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Being a goalkeeper, goal defence, because you
Yeah.
were good at intercepting. I mean, that's exactly my story.
Yeah.
Exactly my story.
I
So
love
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And I just may as well say it now, but I love that, in terms of the racial side of things, you said like going into the England setup, you didn't really experience problems with your teammates or anything like that. And, that's something that a lot of us all say now. Obviously, the question's being asked more now, considering
yeah.
everything that's gone on. But, like, really for us now, for me anyway, it's been exactly the same. And it's really, really nice to know that when you were kicking it off back in the day, it's the same story and it's stayed consistent, and it's just
Back
really
in
good to
the
know.
day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're doing
Yeah,
the same vibe. It's good. I like it.
yeah.
I
But
like it.
it's absolutely true. It's just wanting to go out there and play and just do your best and
Yeah.
see where it takes you, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But great experiences through school, through club, through county, and like I've said before, I think netball is one of those sports where it is a family. It is, you surround yourself with people who are like-minded, that look out for you, and I found that all the way through, really.
Yeah.
um, Getting selected for England was always a dream. When I started as a schoolgirl, joining the schoolgirl squad, and training with the likes of I'm sure you perhaps not heard of these people, but Judy Heath, Kathy Hickey, Anne Miles, who were the top of their game. And then in 1978, to go on the first tour to the West Indies, and people like Marion Lofthouse, who has a huge impact on me, took me aside and spoke to me about playing and what I could do. And then actually playing with the likes of Colette Reader Thompson, as she is now,
Yeah.
Gillian Hipsey. It was just playing with my idols, really. Having that opportunity was just amazing.
Oh, that's so amazing. I'm going to use this opportunity now just to go slightly off topic, get some inside information on Colette, who has
Okay.
coached me forever of my netball career. and
Yeah.
always wondered what she was like as a player. So I'm, you know, I know I'm going off topic, but I'm taking the opportunity right now to ask you, what was she like as a player and as a teammate?
She was a great player, a really, really excellent player to learn from.
Yeah.
I'll be careful how old, how much older she is than me. I'm not sure actually. But, you know, she was a more senior player. Let's put it that way, senior player than me. She was an outstanding player, outstanding.
I can
Good,
imagine her
good
to be
role
very
model.
smart.
Sorry.
Very smart on court. That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really, really. A good person to learn from. And just used to watch in awe, and she turned me inside out a few times when we trained together.
I love it. I love it.
Not gonna lie.
If you were like within the program now, obviously, you know, you give up your netball career at quite an early age, really, for work, which I totally understand. And we're, I guess, still going through that transition where a lot of players are trying to balance work and netball, but we're in a, you've got a lot more luxury to be able to play our sport for longer, and give more time to our sport, I guess. If you were in the sport now, do you think you would still be playing if you were starting your career now? And how would you use your voice to kind of, would you use your voice as a platform for anything? Or would you just keep letting your netball do the talking, which it sounds like you did in the first place?
I don't think I'll be playing now at 63.
Yeah. If you have these opportunities.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I would have played for longer, probably. But then again, you know, life takes you certain ways, doesn't it? And you know what I missed out by giving up netball early. I gained other things and other experiences. But I think you know, looking back now, I think I've still had a lot to learn and a lot to give to netball. You know, learn as a player. And you know, perhaps I wouldn't have given up as you know, as soon as I did, really. As regards to, you know, sending messages out, and social media is new to me. You know, I resisted it for a very, very long time. And I guess if I was involved, then it would just be about being positive, being a, you know, a positive role model, emphasizing that you know, people should believe in themselves, not take everything for face value. Don't just rely on social media as your main source. Be critical. You know, do your research. Educate yourself really about that. You know, you can learn. There's a lot to learn from social media.
Yeah.
But also, you know, it's only one part of sources that you can go to. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I've only got one more little question for you, and then obviously you can ask me anything if you want to ask me things as well. But I love that you have all your memorabilia and you laid it all out on the table for Camilla. As a child, I kept everything. I've got tags from, like, I'll keep the tags from this game, these games, and I used to stick it all up on my wall when I was younger. So I'd just like to know, what's the one piece of memorabilia that you have now which you would recommend? That's the one thing I'd tell you to keep whenever I leave playing netball and my little netball journey.
Well, I've got scrapbooks, so I look back on the scrapbooks. Yeah, probably scrapbooks and photos, really. Yeah. That's not one thing, but
no,
I've kept my blazers. But
I love the blazers.
I
I wish
those anymore.
those.
I know. But yeah.
How many badges did you get on your blazer?
I can't remember. However many teams that we played against in the World Tournament, and then what I gathered before then. Yeah. So most of my caps came from the World Tournament, senior caps.
Yeah.
You know, as I say, I joined as an under 21, and had sort of a full season two full season at senior. So I didn't play that many games really, because that was the way it was in those days.
Yeah.
We didn't have that many games.
Well, you've got all the memorabilia there anyway.
I have, yeah. What I'm going to do with it, I'm not sure, but
Keep it forever.
yeah. So my question is, are you a full-time professional?
Well, we're not professional athletes, but we have got the funding and the support to be able to train full time and commit to it the way that we need to be at the best of our game. So yeah, I feel very lucky because that transition happened whilst I was growing up. I was part-time at one point, and then I've moved into this full-time program, which allows me to train full-time, which I very much enjoy.
Yeah. And so did you teach? I know that you're teacher qualified, so you taught.
Yeah, I used to teach. That's what I used to do. So I went to university. For me, I totally understand you taking that step to go towards career, because career has always been something that I wouldn't feel comfortable not building that side of my life as well. So yeah, I was a teacher, and I used to train part-time, teach part-time. And then obviously when the full-time program come about, it gave me the opportunity to really dive into that. And now I just train, and I have my own netball coaching business as well called Myers Netball. And I just do, if I'm not training, I'm coaching, and that's pretty much my life.
Yeah. So talk me through a typical day.
Typical day. Well, today's a rest day, so it's sleeping and eating basically. But yeah, on a normal day, I love to train in the morning. So if there's any training that we've got to get done outside of our club stuff or our England stuff, I'll just get up and kind of get it done before that. When we're in Super League, we kind of go to training around 6 o'clock-ish, and I'd kind of get physio, and then I'd go into the gym and either lift weights or do kind of like what's it called? A primer session. So it kind of just gets you ready to go on court. And then we'd do video analysis together, and then we'll go on court. So that's kind of like our day-to-day within our Super League teams. If we're in England, it can vary. So we'll do, we could do a court session followed by a weight session, and then we could do a session on like psychology stuff and talk about how we mentally approach different teams and how we mentally approach training to keep standards high. Yeah, so it's quite varied, but it is repetitive. It's a lot of get up, train, eat,
routine.
sleep.
Yeah.
So
totally different to my experiences.
what would your normal day be? What would your normal match day be? That's what I would love to.
Match day. Get up, eat what you want. There was no really restrictions on your diet. We were told to watch, to look at what we ate, but it was not prescribed. We didn't have dietitians. Get to the match, warm up, have a team talk, stretch, warm up, play your game, and that's that. That was pretty much it, really.
Yeah,
but
we would have pre-match snacks is a thing that is big on match day for us. So you guys saying that you didn't have the support nutrition wise. We have like meetings on what you would eat and whatever during match day, and we kind of sometimes be right out, we will eat this meal then and whatever, just to get us kind of ready for that. So that is quite a big difference really between our preps. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's something else I wanted to ask you as well. After I wrote it down. So with lockdown, I understand that England and the rest of the players have been in a bubble. Where are you based? Where have you been based?
So we're in Loughborough at the minute, which is our normal training environment anyway. And yeah, this room is my life.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, so we are just in our rooms basically, and when it's time to train, we all go out, masks on, leave our rooms, and it's only until we start training that we take our masks off and you know, social distancing isn't in place when we're actually on court playing, but
Yeah.
even on the bench, it's all spread out and things. So yeah, it's very different for us at the minute, but you know, everybody's learned about the world of Zoom and technology, haven't they? So it's just made it. We're quite deep into this lockdown business now, so we know how to use technology to stay connected and things like that. So yeah, we're kind of used to it. So,
yeah, I've been saved by Zoom this year.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Well, nobody ever even knew about it, and now we're on it every day.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, yeah, not every day, but
I am. Team meeting.
Oh golly, yeah. I watched my friend's daughter, her college broadcast their game online, and I watched that. And like you say, there were all the players were sitting apart on the bench, and balls were reused, well, not used and cleaned and what have you. It's quite an onerous thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's very impressive though. I feel like as soon as we started coming into train again, everything was really, we just had to do basically. And you know, like England Netball have been amazing, setting things up, making sure that we're running things properly. Like you said, we have an alarm that goes off every 15 minutes where we all have to put our netballs back in the dirty basket, and then we get clean ones out and they all get cleaned and things like that. So yeah, for us as players, we're just kind of following whatever they tell us to do, really, which is, it's quite nice actually.
Well, that's just what we have to do, isn't it? Do what we need to do, really. And what's your future ambitions for your netball? Do you want to be coach or?
Yeah, well, firstly, with my playing career, I want to make sure I get myself to a Commonwealth Games, a World Cup. Obviously, being a Midlands gal, I would love to be playing in Birmingham for the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, I've signed up for that. I've signed up to be involved in that. Yeah,
there we go. So yeah, that would be a real pinnacle of my career if I could get myself there. I do love coaching, so I would love to coach one day. Who knows what coaching role I would land, but I'm willing to work on it just as much as I have done on my playing career, because I'm a netball geek, to be honest with you. I can't get enough of this stuff. So when I stop playing, I want to be coaching and I want to still be involved.
Yeah, that's good.
Definitely. Brill. Well, I think we've doubled our time there, Jean.
Oh gosh, it's 20 minutes.
We've gone way over. Yeah. But you know, it's amazing speaking to you.
It's lovely to meet you. It's really nice to meet you. It's really nice, and it'd be nice to meet in person sometime in the future.
I'm sure we will. It's been lovely to meet you too, Jean.
And thank you for nominating. Thank you to your boyfriend and you for thinking about me.
It was easy. It was an easy thing to suggest.
That's kind of you to say.
You know, it's a real point in history for us, and you've been leading the way. So I love it. And like I said, could relate to a lot of what you were saying. So yeah, amazing. And we'll be doing everything we can to make sure that we win this Vitality Netball Legends Series and pick up your cup, the Jean Hornsby Cup, at the very end of it.
Yeah, brilliant. Do your best. I'll be watching.
Thank you.
Definitely be watching.